Hello, I'm Dave Fisher and I'm extremely excited and proud to be able to introduce to you the Raw Puma helicopter from SAB Helicopter Division. This is an extremely lightweight helicopter, very impressive, and can fly on 6S, 6S and 12S setups. If we run the 12S setup, we can use 3 battery packs up to 3 7 battery packs. And if we use the 6S setup, which I'm particularly interested in because this hasn't really been done before, you can actually fly 5.2 to 5.8 battery packs. With the 5.2 battery packs, you can get this down to just under 4,000 grams. Very light. The actual airframe itself is coming out at 2,200 grams. So you can see that's quite light. And just to give you an idea, the 5002 battery pack is 850 grams, and if you have 233 packs here, that comes out 1350 grams. So you've got 500 grams difference between the batteries. You can see that 6S is very light. Now this helicopter isn't designed to compete directly with the Raw 700 12S. It has its own flying style. It's very smooth and quiet, sharp as well if you want it to be, and locked in performance, but it does give a really good performance, believe me, on 6S. So to see how they've made it so light, let's have a look underneath the canopy. I really like this canopy. It's a slightly larger version of the 580 canopy. Has more depth here, so very good for orientation, shows up well in the air, but there's still quite a lot of side area missing here to let the air go through for sideways manoeuvres. This whole canopy, unlike the original 700 Raw, comes off, so we can actually release it at the back here for changing batteries and also for maintenance. Very easy to get to everything. Check it out. Starting at the front, we've got a 150 amp Hobby Wing ESC, perfect for 6S setup, super light, keeps the weight down. 600 class Ego Drift motor. Rather than your 45-30 motor, this is a 40-25 1190 kV motor, substantially lighter. Less weight again. Coming into the gearbox here, this is the 580 gearbox. Less weight overall, don't need so much strength in the gearbox, therefore smaller. This gearbox has the 4 screws at the top, which allows the top to come off, so you can change bearings, maintain, put in grease very easily. Gearbox is smaller, main mast is smaller. Less load on the mechanics, so smaller main mast, weight is down. Swash plate is smaller, weight is down. Head block is smaller, weight is down. This is the same as the 580 head block. The blade grips are 580 size, but they're machined out perfectly strong, but they're machined out the same as the 700 Raw Nitro blade grips to allow to fit in these S700 SAB blades. Love the blades, by the way, really fly well. As we move on down, we've got the carbon boom here, 30mm boom rather than 35mm on the 700 12S Raw. Weight is down. Carbon, beautiful finish, very light. It has aluminium inserts front and rear, about this far in, just to support the carbon when it's clamped, so that's nice and strong. If we move down to the tail gearbox, same size as the 580 in the 30mm boom, but the difference here is we have a 6mm tail shaft, unlike the 580 which has a 5mm. Reason for this is we've got 105 tail blades, and you also have the capability of going up to 115 tail blades. I must admit I've run anything from 1700 to 1950 head speed on this, and tail authority hasn't been a problem. So I've stuck and I'm very happy with the 105 tail blades. If we come back round here and have a look to finish off, same mechanism as the tensioning mechanism on the 700 Raw 12S. 2 guide pulleys and a tensioner pulley. This is flush when the actual tension of the belt is good, but because we have a larger set of tail blades on there, a little bit more load on the drive belt, so like the 700 Nitro Raw, this has a little support bearing on the shaft of the pulley which drives the tail. Very light though, mostly machined out, but enough to support the shaft. Frames are appropriate to the weight of the helicopter. They're 580 size frames, rigid and strong, take heavy landings well. Same as the undercarriage, very strong but super light undercarriage. The bows are light and we have smaller skid tubes. I've actually put 130 flights plus on this. I've been flying it back to back some days, and the whole system is holding up beautifully. I've had no issues mechanically. I've done nothing on it in all those flights, and even the battery is holding up beautifully. As I say, when you're flying back to back charging and flying, no issues there at all. Been extremely pleased with the performance. I'm not really surprised about the reliability though, because all of the components have been tested. The 580 components are holding up beautifully. They're well tested on the 580, and the 700 raw nitro components hold up beautifully on that. So the whole package is bound to be a winner. I love the machine. Let's get outside. It's a nice day. Take it to the field and show you it flying. So here we are at the field. Sun's going down actually, with the Puma, the Raw Puma, translated to feather. Feather light helicopter.
Motor on.
Here we go. Going to run a lower head speed to start with. Actually running 1700 head speed here. Cruising round, really pleasant to fly. It's come up now to 1800.
Battery's 90%.
See, even at 1800, it's got plenty of go there. Superb. Let's get to our 19 now. There we go. Now we've got a little bit more go again. Got to remember, this is 6S. Incredible. Effortless. See, it really is quite a nice, relaxed machine. It's got a smooth sound to it. Flight after flight, performed beautifully. Even when you're loading it, I can't believe it's a 6S.
Motor idle.
You can see it's light. We've got no wind there, and the hang on the helicopter in the auto is awesome. Amazing machine. 6S. Tremendous. So there you have the Raw Puma helicopter. I love flying this machine. I was flying up to a 1900 head speed on that with 3 minutes flight time and a 5000 pack. Bearing in mind I was loading it up manoeuvre after manoeuvre. If you put a 5.8 pack in that, you'd have appreciably longer. This machine with 700 blades works extremely well in the wind, and it also is really good for learning autos because it's so light and it gets a good hang time. That's the advantage of the 700 over a 600 size, and to be able to fly on a 6S pack is a real bonus. Check out the performance of this, it certainly surprised me.